What's good, y'all? So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that I'm a Knicks fan. I've said it countless times in videos. Got an RJ Barrett jersey right behind me in every single video. On my Twitter, if you don't follow my Twitter, make sure you follow that. I tweet about all the Knicks games all the time. And I don't know if I ever mentioned why I'm a Knicks fan, but again, it doesn't take too much to figure out. It's because I live in New York. And since I live in New York and I love basketball, I've gone to a few Nets games. As you see right here, I got this at the Nets playoff game against the Boston Celtics 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe at this point, I don't know. Obviously, I'm Knicks first, ride or die, no matter what, but being in New York gives me a unique position of I kind of have two teams I could root for as a hometown team. And in this video, I'm throwing that all out the window right now. I condensed the Nets and the Knicks, New York's two teams, into one super team, and we're going to see how good they are. And here's a look at the New York Nets. That will be the one time I call them that in this video because the Knicks are a superior franchise than the Nets, so couldn't change them. We are the New York Knicks. But this is the combination roster that we created. I made a rule where if you're a starter on either team, you could only be a starter on this team, and if you're a bench piece, you can only be a bench piece. You guys will see what I mean. But the starting lineup is looking very, very good. Of course, we have the point guard, Jalen Brunson, and then next to him, we have Kyrie, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Kevin Durant is running center because I wasn't going to have Julius or KD come off the bench. But yeah, this starting lineup is super, super nice. You might be worrying a little bit on defense. I might be worrying a lot of bit on defense, honestly. But the offense will definitely make up for it when you have KD, Kyrie, Julius, Jalen. RJ, he's had a good stretch before he got hurt, so I'll include him on that offensive role too. But as you see, we have the two Brooklyn Nets stars and then the New York Knicks, I hate to say it, mid three. But on the bench, that is reversed. We have three Nets and then two Knicks off the bench. One of the Knicks being IQ, in my opinion, one of the best backup guards in the league right now. He started the last two games and had fantastic games, both of them. I'm really loving what I'm seeing from IQ this year. Then behind him, we also got TJ Warren, who makes his return to the NBA this year, and he has been killing it also. Then when we come to Nick Claxton, I know I just was saying if you're a starter on either team, you have to start. But the Nets needed one more player. The center was one of the weakest positions on the Knicks, at least backup-wise. So I just put him right on here. It shouldn't affect too much. He is 79 overall, so he's going to be a solid backup center, but he's not going to do anything crazy. He's only getting 17 minutes per game. Then, of course, we have Brooklyn's own Obi Toppin. He's a Knicks guy from Brooklyn. I guess when he was born, they technically were the New Jersey Nets, so that makes sense why he's a Knicks fan. But he's New York through and through, so it makes sense he stays on this team. And then we have Seth Curry as our backup shooting guard also on here. D-Rose, some reason, is still at 78 in 2K. He's not in our rotation as the Knicks, so I counted the Knicks backup guard as Deuce McBride. He's only 72, so that's why Seth gets this spot. But yeah, I pretty much just went through, and whoever had the highest overall on either team, I just brought him over. This is the roster. Like I said, we should be very, very good. Let's go see. And then I just wanted to show you guys the Nets roster is being run by Mitchell Robinson, Ben Simmons, and Derrick Rose. Just to, make things a little bit better for them, I'll run Ben Simmons at the power forward, and then D-Rose, I'll make you a shooting guard just so, because these top three guys were point guards, just to make that a little bit better for you. So now they're led by Ben Simmons, so shout out Ben 10. So we're off to a very shaky 6-6 start. I'm not going to hit the panic button just yet, but I thought it was really funny how I was just talking about how they have the scraps as the Nets. Mitchell Robinson, he definitely put his revenge game on. 24, 10, 3, and 3. Isaiah Hartenstein also put a revenge game on. Derrick Rose, Patty Mills, all these guys. Ben Simmons, 14 and 12 with 5 steals. They definitely are upset that they got snubbed. I'm sorry, boys, but yeah, that's a tough loss. I'm not going to lie. Well, this is a little bit surprising. Team New York only has one All-Star, and that's KD as an All-Star reserve on Team Giannis. Of course, Luka's going to win MVP, but I just did a video testing how good 2K thinks Luka really is. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go check that one out, man. The results of it were just insane, I'm not going to lie. Make sure you go watch that one. Then we got Paolo as Rookie of the Year, Colin Sexton 6th Man, Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, and Trey Murphy Most Improved. So on Team New York, we have no All-NBA players, and Ben Simmons made All-NBA third team. 16 and a half, 8 and 7, 2 steals. Shooting the ball too, Ben? How many threes you making, bro? How many threes? 20? 8 is not bad. 8 to 23. It's something at least. That's wild, Ben. That's wild. I hate to snub you, but that's still crazy. Regardless of Ben Simmons, though, this team was very underwhelming. As you see, we are over here in the play-in as the 8th seed, only winning 45 games. I thought we were going to be at least a top 3 seed. For looking at the stats here, it looks like we have a super well-rounded team, but I feel like I've realized in 2K, if you have a well-rounded team, like this many people taking this many shots, your team's not going to be that good. Just because, obviously, if you have KD only putting up 20 points per game, you're not using him in the best strength that you can. Regardless, though, KD was our leading scorer with 20.5, 7 and 4, shooting it incredibly. Like, if he was just taking more shots, he would, you know, be making more, obviously. Kyrie is the second guy, so 2 Brooklyn guys leading the way here. 17.5, 4 and 4 for Kyrie here. Also 50, 40, 90. So super efficient from the Brooklyn duo. Then we get to Julius Randle here with 16.5, 9 rebounds, 4.5 assists. And he was very efficient too. Not to the same level as them, but still very efficient for him. RJ Barrett's here with 14. IQ off our bench with 12. TJ Warren off our bench with 11. Jalen Brunson only putting up 11 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, he shot it decently. Not really from 3, but overall decently. Very disappointing from you, JB. Then we got Obi, Nick Claxton right here, and Seth Curry rounds out our rotation. I mean, I'm hoping that we turn up in this playoffs here. Like I said, that well-rounded usually doesn't work too well. Seemed like through this first game, and we win. That's fantastic. It was a pretty sizable win, too. KD puts up 36, 6, 4, 3, and 2. Stat sheet stuffer. Jalen Brunson, Kyrie, RJ Barrett, and TJ Warren all are our second leading scorer with 10 points each. So like I was just saying, very well-rounded. Julius Randle, 7, 8, and 7. That's some Ben Simmons type numbers. I'm not going to hold you. Regardless, this box score doesn't look like it's a victory from us. So hopefully we just turn it up. I will have to move my camera though. Alright, now you can see we're going up against the 2-seeded Bulls here. Let's see what their team's looking like, if it's the same. And it is the same, except they got Lonzo because there are no injuries in this one. Very surprising they're the 2 seed. I feel like on paper we are by far the better team, but of course 2K says otherwise. We tie it up 1-1 though, and we go up 2-1, and we're up 3-1. Alright, so maybe 2K does agree with me. Maybe? Alright, 2K does seem to agree with me that we are the better team. Julius Randle in the closeout game, 28, 11, and 3. Yes, sir. KD had 22, 7, 4, 3 blocks. Forgot he's running the center for us for a second. So that definitely makes sense. Still, I'm very surprised that Jalen Brunson is putting up stinkers like this, man. I mean, he fouled out of this one, but still, 8, 4, and 4? That's not the JB that I know. In the second round, we are going up against the 6-seeded Atlanta Hawks. So, I mean, this is a known New York rivalry right here. And they got the same team as real life. Alright, let's get this started here as the Hawks take game 1 and game 2 from us. I guess I'll adjust the rotation real quick. I feel like this team is very, very, very much underachieving. Alright, we shortened it to an 8-man here. Hopefully we can come out of this 2-0 rut. But now we got to make it out of a 3-0 rut. Please win a game. We just got swept. Really? Really? We just got swept? This one looks like we choked it away in the 4th quarter. So that is very disappointing. As you see, we emptied the bench out in this one. Even Speed Mikhailuk got some minutes. That's how you know to go home. This is a disappointing one. Kyrie only putting up 10. Julius only putting up 10. I mean, he had 15 rebounds to it too. But, I mean, wow. KD only putting up 19? Yeah, I think this kind of solidifies the overall having a lot of talent on your team just doesn't do it because your players just can't get it going. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm showing a little hometown bias here right now, but I feel like this team should have been way better than what it was. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets by themselves, at the time of recording this, are a top 2 team in the East. You add the best players from the Knicks, they should be better. But I guess 2K says I'm wrong. 2K says this team is an 8th seed that gets eliminated, not even eliminated, that gets swept in the second round. Regardless though, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. In the description, there'll be links to all my social medias, so make sure you follow me on all those to keep up to date with me. Catch ya.